Hello, guys. Welcome back to Speak It Out on Daily Desk. Today, I've got a guest in the building. She is a single mom. She's gonna share her journey with us. Miss L, welcome to Speak It Out.
Hi, Alice Green. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much. Dressed by Alice Green.
Hey, thank you
you
so
very
much. All the kudos on me.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much.
Okay, so who is Miss L?
Okay. I'm a mother of three,
Yeah.
and I'm from Zimbabwe,
Okay.
and I'm a single mom. I work here. I work for a call center.
Okay.
Lucky enough, I'm a floor manager for one of a debt review company here in South Africa.
That's so beautiful.
And the journey has been tough, Alice, I don't want to lie. Tukurarama, we are surviving.
You're
As single
surviving.
parents. It's not something that anyone would ever want to go through, especially if you
Serious.
it's not. Especially if you are still married, you are still staying together with your husband. I would advise you maintain it like that because it's not easy.
Really?
The journey is not easy. Raising
It looks
kids.
easy though. It looks easy. I think like I see most of the single mom, they are very happy. They are happy people.
Yes, of course. I mean, remember happiness. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about financially, number one.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, obviously, there's days where you ask yourself, should I have a relationship? And then most of these men out there, they want a relationship with a single mom, expecting could maybe you are desperate already. You know what I mean? Maybe she doesn't want marriage already because she has my marriage. Obviously, I can just play around. You get my point? So sometimes we tend to fear men. We tend to have fear. Should I date? Should I not? Or sometimes history tends to repeat itself. That is when we date and then the same problem that we had, you end up in another scenario. I mean, personally, that's what's been happening.
So like, did you just woke up as a single mom, or you have been married before then something happened for you to be a single mom?
Of course, no one really wakes up as a single mom. I mean, obviously, relationship.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm there. This is where I'm going to wear my white dress. And then eventually it doesn't work. But for me, to be honest, I remember the father of my daughter. It was the worst experience, I'm sorry to say. But it's the reason why I'm like this today.
Wow.
It made me so strong, number one.
Yeah.
It made me realize that I can do it myself, man.
Wow.
And to be honest, I hate begging, I hate asking. It made me so strong to a point whereby I expect no one to judge because you wouldn't want to even know what I went through. It was so bad to a point where you could sometimes remember abuse. It was a lot of beating.
Physical abuse.
You understand what I mean? Emotional, physical, financially also, everything was just not right. And I wouldn't want to go back in the same situation, man.
Again.
Even for the sake of come, let's raise our child.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sleeping at night, but I really want my child to be in the same house with the father, but then it's not working. You know what I mean? But I tried because I remember I was back and forth. People would give you advice.
Shingirira marriage does I need.
Pray for a marriage. You'd pray. You'd fast. You do everything. But I've realized that, listen, it's not for everyone. Wow. And I'm happy to be where I am right now. Because the fact
you're
that
in a peace space.
You understand what I mean? I sleep at night. I sleep 8 hours.
Okay,
if
guys.
I'm going to stress, I'm stressing of work. What am I going to wear tomorrow? What am I going to eat? What am I going to do this?
I just like the statement, like, I sleep at night.
I sleep, Alice. I sleep 8 hours. I sleep. I'm going to the toilet. Then
Okay.
I come back. I sleep.
It's like you're sleeping
It's
at
like,
night.
you understand, I
Like the
sleep like a
freedom of
baby.
sleeping at night.
I sleep. And I remember you stress. Imagine, some of these men sometimes, can I have your phone? They want to go through your phone. They want to check all messages, who you were speaking to the whole day.
Yeah.
They want to personalize you to a point they don't even want you to go to work. Saka, I went through a lot, man. But in saying that, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Obviously,
there was some
errors that I also did that I even realized also when I went out. Could maybe had I done this, Shaizo detail how much better. But I've realized the outside view of people. They just look at you as you're just a single mom. Why you don't have a husband? Do you understand? Because most of the people ask you, where's your husband? And remember, kids also, they would love to have their father. There is no one said question of where is my daddy? I mean, that is a killer.
That's a big
on its
one.
own. You understand what I mean? And you don't have an answer. So
And you don't know what to say, but like
you don't know what to say.
the father of your daughter is not co-parenting with you, or
Do you understand? Even if he is, remember, kids are raised at crash. You get a child at crash or school that talks about mom.
my daddy this that,
You
my
get
daddy
that,
that,
and then you get another child that is coming from a single mom that only talks about mommy, doesn't talk about dad.
Daddy, yeah.
So us as single parents, or me personally, I'm to blame also. I don't want to lie to you and say, listen, it's the guy that was wrong. I'm also to blame, because at the end of the day, maybe I could have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to keep the guy. But
or maybe you see the red flags and you ignore them.
you understand what I mean? I could have extra fasted, extra did this and this, but I to be honest, I only managed to do the few that I did, and it didn't work.
Extra fasting.
I don't know, extra
for the
fast.
marriage.
For the relationship, of course, so that I can stay together, but it didn't work with me. And I feel like beating is one of the things that you don't want to go through. I mean, I remember there's a day when I had a black eye, Alice.
Wow.
And I remember it was so bad to a point whereby I had to go to work. I had to wear sunglasses inside.
I love that one. You had to wear sunglasses inside.
And remember, when people ask you,
What's
what
wrong?
went wrong?
Obviously, everyone is going to ask you.
And
They want to know.
And even if you say to people, listen, I was coming out of the door and then I knocked my head, people know the truth, man.
But
people know this is
have you ever seen your cousins Zimbabwe? If
I
they
know.
get beaten, they don't have toilet. Gonna do me up a door.
You
They
see,
always say the same.
And remember, guys, it's only when we're already in that abusive situation, you won't know how to see what's happening. You understand
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
understand.
It's not easy to tell people that, listen,
What I'm going through.
and this eye and that katoro one is you have to be unova. And remember, we always go back. I'm sorry, baby. Remember, it was just a small argument, but I love you, you know. And then it's done. And then after 3 weeks, waroa food.
But I love you.
But I still love you. It took me, I don't know, it took me more than a year. In and out, in and out. You move in, you move back out. You move in, you move back out.
Chirowa, yes.
Chirowa. And I remember in front of your child there. Do you understand? It's so tough in front of your child.
Yeah, because you're supposed to defend this one. You're like supposed to be the pillar. Like you are an inspiration, and the inspiration is being beaten every day
in front of your child, and your child sees you. I mean, you're trying to be
strong.
but you're not strong. You know, as much as we would want to say,
I can do it.
I can do it, you get to a point where you can't do it. So honestly, I've tried. Personally, I really would have. I'd have loved to have a relationship going on, also to be called Ukad's Waningi. But if it's not my thing, man, I'm at peace with it.
But like, how does it feel when you see like people when they see single moms? Like, you know, normally when people see single mom, they paint them with the one brush, like, oh, I'm like, how does it feel?
To be honest with you, a lot of people, but not these days. A lot of people, they always think, obviously. I mean, I cannot be your friend because obviously I'm also married. I don't want my husband to end up, maybe thinking you are more attractive than me. This is what most married people would also say, most married ladies. But at the end of the day, I'm not looking for anything, if you understand my point. Especially now. Remember, some of us, emotionally, we are done. We're not even thinking of dating here and there.
You got to
Do you understand what I mean?
You don't want to go back anymore.
So even if I have 10 friends that are married, good for you guys, and I'm happy for you, because I wouldn't want anyone to be in the same position,
which you were being.
I wouldn't want that. So to tell you the truth, I'm so happy when I see my I don't have a lot of friends in general. I'm not someone that has a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But my advice, obviously, I don't want to say marriage is bad or marriage is good, but myself personally,
your own experience,
and whatever people say outside there, they always talk. People always say, I think she's really not. When she's single, why is she single? But they don't know what I went through. I mean, if I tell you that I was being beaten up every day, I was not sleeping crying. Sometimes he would even lock the door, and you are probably the one that is paying the rent. But because he's a man and fighting with a guy, you will, you know,
You won't win. You won't win for real.
but and at the end of the day, I decided to leave. So what people think, it's honestly speaking, I'm not gonna sit and think, oh, those are stuck in a situation because what are people gonna say?
I
Maybe
think
people are
that's
gonna say
shame.
I'm a prostitute, ndakarambwa nemurume. It doesn't matter. I mean, seriously, it's better for you to sleep at night than to be beaten up because you are worried of what the next door people are going to say. It's never gonna work.
So do you think some people are in toxic marriages or toxic relationships, they are scared of what people are going to say if they come out?
Obviously, I mean, it's fear of the unknown. Remember, sometimes the man is paying the rent, the man is doing all the bills, and remember, Makasangana in the beginning, Akakuti, Nini baby, I don't want you to go to work.
Wow.
Saga already, that's a red flag. I mean, seriously, who doesn't want a helper? Financially, in this day and age, I mean, things are tough. You really want someone who goes to work each and every day. So, women sometimes, not all, I mean, not all women, but most of the ladies are really still in a situation of fear of the unknown. What am I going to do? You get a lady that is being beaten up every day, but I mean, who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to take care of the kids, the school fees? And I'm not even working. Where do I start from? You've been married for 10 years, you've never worked, you have 4 kids. What is your next step? So I'd rather be in the house, right? For the sake of my kids. It's also another sacrifice. Wow. You understand? So it's a choice, eh? You want to do it.
But like with your family members, like my siblings or my niece, seeing you being a single mom, how they take it, like how do they throw, sometimes my family gathering. Mom, I'm gonna shaka nemrumo wake kana tichi. Then it's makabva urorana, murumo ningire ningokata zvakati achievement anenge vakaita. Like what's the take like sometimes when those stories are being brought up with you on murume, they try to make it straight into your eyes like you're not married, Miss Lee, you don't have a man.
Now, to be honest, I'm very lucky. I've got 2 brothers, 2 big brothers. I'm the only girl. And my brothers are older than me. They fully support me.
Wow.
I mean,
I think that's what we need.
In whatever decision I make, they support my decision also because it's not easy. Sometimes you get cousins, you get relatives, you get, you get people that still consider you as, but she's single. But she's single. My gatherings. You understand what I mean? But especially these days, I truly see Wakanda, they are working so hard. And being raised by a single mom, you won't even tell that you raised by a single parent. So as much as family would want to say this and this, I'm very lucky. I have 2 big brothers that fully support me. I don't want to lie.
I think that's what we need.
Even my mother and my father, they support
you.
Saka and Ngati, that has affected me in any way because I have full support from my 2 brothers, 100% support. Even if it hurts, you move, you walk out.
Yeah.
You've tried, you've prayed, you've fasted, you went for counseling, you did everything else. What more must I do? I tried all that. I tried everything that even a married lady would do, I did.
You tried.
I tried my best.
I just think all the ladies want to keep their marriages going. They want to keep their husbands there. Like, no one chooses to... I don't think there's someone who would choose to be a single.
You understand what I mean? I tried my best. I did everything anyone would have done, but it just didn't work. And I'm not bitter.
Yeah.
I'm not even angry. I'm happy.
You're happy.
I'm fine.
But how long did it take you to be on a position of accepting what was going on and you move out? Because it's not easy. Like, you can't just pick your bags and leave. It takes nerves.
It's not easy. Like we mentioned before, financially you are helping each other. Now, and remember, you have to be lucky if you get a man that helps you, regardless what you see. Anoramba chitumira mari mwana wake, anoramba chitumira, school fees.
Mwana.
You have to be lucky because at the end of the day, the moment you leave, you are gone. You need to make a plan. Yes, you left. What else you want? You left. Surely you must be able to do it yourself. So, in Indy personally, it took me a while to realize that. Listen, I'm alone, man.
Wow.
I must just do it. I'm alone. There's no one. There's no help coming. It's you. You
have to coming to help you.
If it's not God, it's no one. Of lately, I've been. My spirit is open.
Wow.
I pray more.
Like you're at peace in
of
yourself.
late, yes. I pray a lot. Even now, the first thing I do when I wake up, remember most people when they wake up, they quickly go on their WhatsApp to check who was messaging me midnight. Me, these days, when I wake up, the first thing I do, I put a gospel song. I'm at peace, eh?
Wow.
And
I think that's nice. You're doing nice for yourself. Like,
that's God.
I'm proud of you
No one.
Being that strong to your kids and like setting boundaries and being that mom for them because they need you to be strong because you
understand what I mean?
You have to wear that strong face.
You see, and one thing that I've noticed also these days, women are making it.
Wow.
Ladies are doing it. Remember Kudara, remember Tichiri, like the time of our fathers, it was our fathers. Remember, they must pay school fees,
they must do this,
you know. But nowadays, mommy can do it also.
Yeah.
Mommy can still pay school fees.
People say what a man can do, a lady can do it better.
You see,
so guys, all those women who are working for themselves, just to share this live and put some likes, just like hashtag women empowerment. Like just support each other. Let's send some love. Just send some love in the comment section. We are doing good. Just be nice to each and every day that you see. Being single, or married or what, let's just respect each other as we are as women.
Exactly. And remember, it doesn't matter, man. Whether you are married or whether you're single,
we're all women. It's just like with women.
It doesn't matter. The only thing is I don't have a man in my house every day. Maybe I'm dating. Maybe I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
You get my point?
I understand.
Maybe I'm dating someone already, but I'm just not ready
to introduce them to your house.
To get married because I'm already coming from, I'm coming already from there and I don't want to jump again into something else. But at the end of the day, being single is not the end of the world. You can still make it as a single mom. If you are in an abusive relationship, you need to make a plan.
But what is the most difficult part of being a single mom? Like the most difficult part that you see, like, wow, this tears you down. Like,
to me, to be honest, the difficult part is when mwana wako pano yachiti maybe kuchikoro kukudiwa chakati and you don't have the money. Do you get my
breaks
point?
You like
breaks your heart, and then maybe my friends are okay. It could be, let's say it's a trip, for instance. Let's just have just an example. Let's say mwana kuchikoro vanzi vane trip yakuendwa kukudiwa $200 US or whatever the case, and then already I'm struggling, man, as a single mom. Already I'm
trying to take care of 3 kids,
and I don't
by
have
yourself,
and I don't have that 200 immediately. And now I'm thinking, if the father was there, maybe we could have he could have helped. Also, that would just break my heart. I don't want to lie. And sometimes it's not easy, man. Like for instance, my last one, she goes to Krishna.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, she comes sometimes. She tell you, listen, my daddy is my daddy gonna pick me up? She talks things, man. Sometimes I don't understand because it's crash. Always the friends are speaking my daddy, my mom, my daddy is
picking me up. My daddy dropped me.
And she'll ask you, is my daddy coming? Wow. When is my daddy gonna come? And sometimes she's young. I try to just brush it off, but you don't have to brush it off. I'm still trying to find a way of
explaining to her.
Do you get my point? I'm still in a situation where it breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart. So when people see the single ladies out there, don't think it's easy, guys, for us. It's not. Sometimes we close doors and then we cry.
Yeah.
You just break down and you cry because there's a lot of things that other guy could have helped you also. You understand? No matter what job you are doing, you are working, you are doing this, it's not going to replace the
other part.
The father figure to the child. Your job is not going to replace the daddy. Do you understand my point? So, but the public, remember akafirwa, see single. I want to say single.
And the widow.
You understand my point?
Yeah.
But it's so manje, they judge you wrong, man. Could be she wanted it. Maybe or maybe, you know, but it's not. We fought, we tried. I did my best, but it just didn't work for me.
But like, if you meet the younger you, what's your advice to the younger you?
The one that is single, or the one that is going through,
like, you know, maybe 17 years you, what were you going to say to you? To like,
if I would
to that Linda, like, what were you saying to her when she was 16 or 17?
I would really go to school before anything. I would never rush into dating, even if I'm 20, 21. I wouldn't even rush into dating anyone. I would make sure I reach my goals before I talk about getting involved in anything. I would still date and make sure I just date a guy, man. Not plan anything with a man. Just date because we're just boyfriend and girlfriend. No big plans. But I plan my life, go to school, educate myself as much as I can. So that when I get married, right. You know, you don't have to start going to school when you're in the house. You start doing this. Because for some of us, we're even going to school now. Now you think about it. I have kids. I'm still going to school. I must go to work. It's not easy. So if that 17 years girl, I would advise, let's one step at a time.
So do you think like, if you're poor as a single mom, that's when it's difficult, but if you've got money, it's easy?
No. The truth is,
because
of course we don't want to work
if you were, because you were just like saying, if you were rich, like if you went to school and had more money, maybe you can conquer it or what?
You'll be able to take care of the kids financially, but you still want to replace the dad. You see, the kids will always ask you, where's my father? Maybe if she were with my dad, I would be somewhere else now, mommy. You know what I mean? So it's not always about money, man. It's not always about the money. It's the happiness of the child. Remember, in Nini, I can be happy, single. But what about my child?
Yeah,
is my child
what's
happy
with them?
without a dad? So in Nini, I try by all means to make sure I provide as much as I can for my kids.
And you cover up.
And I try to cover up, exactly. But to be honest, there's still that question that no one can answer. But the kid, are you happy to be raised by a single mom? You know what I mean?
Wow, that's deep.
You see, I can never answer that because I was not raised by a single parent. I still have my mom. I still have my dad. And I don't know how it feels. I need to ask my child also, how do you feel? But I know sometimes, because sometimes it breaks. I cry at times when I think maybe she thinks if daddy was here. Because sometimes you ask, where's daddy? What must I say? What would you say?
So, like you grew up with both of your parents.
I grew up with my dad, my mom. To be honest, I never thought.
You don't even know the space of having a single parent.
Not at all. I have cousins that were raised by single parents, like my aunties are single. Yeah. But in Nini personally, I never felt an inch.
Oh yeah.
Raised by a single parent. I was never.
And you don't know the experience. Like you're experiencing it now on your kids.
You see, and my two brothers are married. Happily married, I hope.
Wow.
They are married, they've got 2 kids, the other one has three kids. They're happily married, all of them. So it's only me that is a single mom. That is hence the support they give. Because obviously they know that I need support because I was never exposed
to such things.
I was never exposed. Exactly. I was never exposed to that. And sometimes the family, Vasiri, your 2 blood brothers, they tend to judge also. You know what I mean? But she can't namrume, so you know.
So like, I understand you saying my brothers akarora. You kurora. Then the pain of being Zambringa Mnyamba, like panevangwe. How do you overcome it? Like, how do you deal with that? Does it not break you sometimes? Seeing them maybe talking about their own family members, kind of but obviously he's your sibling. I'm not gonna share or something. Then like, how does it make you feel?
My last relationship, like I told you before, it made me very strong. That I feel nothing of that.
Yeah.
I don't I don't feel any difference, man. Like I said, they support me. They understand the situation.
Yeah.
And they know the reason why I left. Because nyango dai anga ari mukadzi wake anga dai akatoendawo dai anga ari musituation anga dai akatoendawo saka to me I get the support from my father, from my mother, and I get the same support from my two brothers.
So it doesn't feel the space. You don't feel the space.
I don't feel anything kuti ndindega ndisandani murume. But what I feel is I feel sorry for the kids, because sometimes I don't know.
You don't know how they are feeling.
You get my point. And I don't know how they think. I don't know how it is to grow up in a situation where you are raised by a single mom, because I was never raised by a single mom.
But have you ever go for counseling, like for that? Like maybe mono counselor, or then someone you talk to, then it makes you feel better?
To be honest, there was a lady that I used to speak to. Yeah. She's just we pray together sometimes. She's not in South Africa. She lives in Australia.
Okay.
So normally when I get moments when I'm just down and I'm thinking,
then you talk to her.
I really need someone to assist me because
we are breaking down.
Not because I'm Dinamari or something.
No, but there are days like feeling. That. Yeah.
What about the kids? But when I told her the reason why I left now, she told me even if it was her, she would have done the same thing. Because remember, kuti urowe mu marriage mwana akatarisa.
It's not okay.
That is toxic to the child. I mean, clearly you're gonna get to a point whereby mwana wako achakura achitofunga kuti iye kana akaroorwa ndikaroorwa ndoshinga because mama went through the same thing and then she survived it. So why can't I survive the same thing? If my mother survived this being beaten up every day, why can't I?
I understand where you're coming from.
Saga.
I think like this step, you took it and you're saving your kid at the same time. So whenever she become a woman, she'll be able to stand for herself.
One day, the guy said to me, listen, he came back at night after work, midnight, sort of 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Can I see your phone? Give me your phone quickly.
Then you give the phone.
What else must you do? You just surrender the phone because remember,
I was doing such a funny.
No, you know why he wants the phone. Obviously, he wants to go through everything. Even what he feels like it's a new number to him. Fight. He said, the guy said to my child, I'm going to beat mommy up. I'm sorry, my child, but I'm going to beat mommy up.
Wow. He said it with his words.
Yes. Wow. And that was my last month. That was my last. You can get advice from people.
Yeah, pray.
You can pray. You can do as much as you can. But to be honest, it's not easy, man. That was the last. That end of the month was the last.
Wow.
And lucky my child was still young. She probably didn't even understand what that means.
She wouldn't understand what it means, obviously, because I'm going to beat mommy up. You won't even know what's going on. Like, why are you beating mommy up?
You know what I mean?
So, and what did mommy do?
What did mommy do?
She won't even have answers on that.
And remember, you won't be cheating. I mean, clearly, in a toxic relationship, I don't
even think you even have a mind of cheating.
You won't even have a mind of cheating. I remember one day, the guy wasn't employed by the time, and I passed through the shop. We're trying to make things work. You know what I mean? And I bought nyama. I opened the door. I got in the house. He was sleeping. And I said, I've got a very, very bad migraine. Let me just sleep for a bit and then I will wake up. And then we can, it was already past 6. The guy asked me, you are going to cook after 6. So what time must I eat then? The guy picked me up because of that.
Wow. That was only the story, like you mustn't cook, you mustn't sleep.
You must cook. What must I eat? I haven't eaten. And what did I say? He was unemployed at the moment.
You're the one coming back from work. And you
are the one that went to buy the meat. You are the one that must cook the meat.
Wow.
Regardless of you coming from work. And I'm not even talking about the migraine that I had.
Yeah. I used to get migraine headaches. I think that's so bad.
So izvozvo zvidiki zvekuti today is this, tomorrow is that, today is this, tomorrow is that, you end up you're not interested, man. You know what I mean? And up to now, nditone fear yekuti moving on to something else again, maybe history is going to repeat and then I'm going to jump into the same problem. So what must I then do? Let me rather just concentrate on my work.
So like now you're scared of being in another relationship because you
And
don't
then
know
I
how
die,
the
get my
results
point.
of it.
Because already I'm coming from that hot water. No? Then I'm going to jump into cooking oil now, hot cooking oil. It's the same thing. And I'm scared. So I'm honest, I'm in a situation whereby let me concentrate on myself now. I want to find myself.
Wow.
I
think this is a nice one. Like you want to find yourself. I think
I want to concentrate on me for now. I've made a lot of mistakes. I don't want to lie. I've made a lot of mistakes. Remember, some of us, the reason why we are here today is because of the mistakes that we made. And no regrets on the mistake. You have to go through these mistakes for you to learn.
And you look for yourself.
And I appreciate everything that happened. But I'm finding myself now. You know?
I think it's okay to make mistakes sometimes.
I'm learning.
You learn from them.
You see? But obviously, it happened. There's nothing I can do for now. But I tried. So people mustn't then judge and say, no, she's single, because you don't know why someone is single. Unless I can feel. But kana akatopinda in a relationship and went out, you don't know why they left. And most of these situations, yekuti urukurowa, remember tomorrow, unogona viswaziso. Yeah. When you leave the marriage, but you don't have one eye. So what was best for me? You see, so what was best for me was to live with both eyes. At least I and I'm not, and I'm like I repeat, I'm not bitter, I'm happy. We enjoying it. We surviving.
I just love the spirit of saying like you don't have regrets and you're picking up yourself and you're finding yourself. I think that's the best way of healing. That's the best way of finding yourself. I think is the best thing so that you can move on.
I have no regrets, Alice. I've made a lot of mistakes. So these days I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, I find him first. I've learned to understand it's me and him, just the two of us. And because at the end of the day, all of those mistakes are so I've done a lot. But it's just through grace, man. Honestly, it's grace. This is all mistakes that I've done. You know what I'm trying to say? I've done mistakes. I mean, when I finished my A level, my first brother, I remember the results of Cambridge. They came out in January on the 12th. I went to university. This is overseas. My brother sent me to school.
Wow.
I got there. Unfortunately, I got pregnant.
Mashika?
During school. So I went through a lot, man. But I'm not saying I messed up. I mean, it happened. It happened. Yeah. I remember, everything genetic. I mean, God has control. He knows why this happened. I got pregnant. And I don't want to lie to you because they...
the overseas, you
understand? I remember, ndakatomboita imwe mistake yekuti pekutanga when I was 16, ndakaita futi numbu. And now my brother is just trying to continuously help me. But I've...
To stand by your side.
To stand by your side. So what I'm trying to say is history kept on
repeating itself.
You understand what I mean? For now, where I am, I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm trying to just find myself.
Go back through there.
I don't care if people think but it's too late. For me, it's not.
Yeah, it's never
for me,
too
it's
late.
not. And I'm happy. God is blessing me.
Wow.
It's grace. I don't want to lie. Every day I wake up, the first thing I do, I need to thank God because Pandiri right now, I don't even know how I got there.
I'm just like happy, Linda, like you are saying it, like you're acknowledging your mistakes and you don't feel bad about them. You're proud of those because they make you strong what you are today.
Not that I don't feel bad about them.
Yeah.
But it was a mistake. I accepted the mistake.
Yeah.
And I moved on.
Obviously.
I moved on. I've learned a lot in life that you need to move on. sometimes you get a guy that wants to date you because arikufunga kuti tongo data.
Tungotamba.
You understand what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm not looking for a game, man. I'm not looking to play. I'm not looking for that. You understand what I mean? And then you get attached to that guy. So it is not going to be dangerous. Foot so attached to the guy. Saka, I'm finding myself, and to be honest with you, I'm praying that I stay single like this. I know it's a bad feeling, but my prayer is I stay single. I really want to remain as a single mom.
Wow.
I want to remain in this because I found myself and I'm happy. I feel.
So I just want to know, what did you do more to find yourself? Did you go to school more, or study more, or do something different?
Going to school and work. To be honest, my present job now, it keeps me so busy to such a point whereby I forget about everything else. I work 5 days. Sometimes I work on a Saturday. Sometimes I go also on a Sunday. So even if I want to date you, you will waste the time. You understand? And I like it because I keep myself busy. I'm not going to put myself in a situation of dating another guy and then tomorrow again I'm attached to you and then, So my job keeps me extremely very, very busy and I'm happy. I like it like that. I would like to stay single if, I would like to stay single. I know people wouldn't say, no, but I also want to get married. But for me, I'm on a situation where I really want to remain as it is. How I found myself, I went to school slowly, and I also started to do a few online courses, man.
Wow. Then they keep you more busy.
They keep you busy, regardless of that also. I love shopping, eh?
I don't shop, like comment section,
so I take yes. So even after work, I finish work at 5 o'clock. I still stay in the office till 6, and then I lock the office around 6 o'clock, and then from there I go to the mall.
Mono shopper.
The mall close 8 o'clock. I go home. I sleep. Tomorrow I wake up. I repeat the same thing. So even if we're going to start dating with someone, I don't even have the time.
So I remember putting my comment section is just live out with kanzakanako saka oregedza kundipa number because guys send a number inbox.
So I'm finding myself I am not available.
She is single but not available.
Yes, I'm single but I'm not available for any relationship. Friendship, yes, I'm available really. Talking, especially these days, I am very spiritual. I would love to have people with praying stuff like that. Yes, we can give each other numbers, but not.
So, pakayakana prayer patch na comment section.
I would love, yes, I've learned something. For me, it's been me and him.
And God.
Just the two of us raising those kids, to be honest with you.
Wow. I think there's a strong spirit, like it's you and God raising those kids.
Two of us. I don't even know. And even these days when I date someone, I'm not saying I don't date. I do. I've learned something. I was dating, but it didn't work because you don't have time. You know what I mean? And I've learned other things. Remember, doing everything for a boyfriend at girlfriend cost. Doing everything as a wife for a boyfriend at girlfriend price. I feel like
you can't do it anymore. You're grown up to that.
Yes, not at this age.
You matured for that.
For me to say I'm gonna start doing wife duties at girlfriend cost, I'll never do that. So either we date or I'm busy at work. If you don't understand that I'm busy at work, then we don't date. Because remember, I have responsibilities. I have things that I need to cater for. So I'm not gonna say to myself, bro, I'm looking for this guy, we go out for a movie, we go out for this. Not anymore, man. It's for the 16-year-old.
For the 16 years, Linda, you was gonna do that.
Yes, I was going to say, no, when are we gonna go for a movie, for what? Now we talk business, we talk prayer. I'm busy at work, are you also at work? Only that. That is, for now, that is how I've managed to keep it going. And it's been going.
So on this one, I just want to ask you, what's your advice to other single moms out there and to maybe to someone who is in a toxic relationship, like as bad as physical abuse, what can you say to them according to your own experience? Like,
for physical abuse, there's no. Remember, it's not easy to tell someone kuti siya murume wako ubude uye.
wanyaroa.
You understand what I mean? Surely you must know kuti this is not right. So regardless of you being employed, unemployed, or whatever the case, you need to respect yourself. Self-love.
Wow.
Have self-love. Remember, if you love yourself, the next person will love you. Kana uchitonyatozvida murume wako anonyatsoziva kuti nini Aliska anozvida anozvikoshesa ndikampa chivanga kufacebook she won't even tolerate this. But ukaramba urimo warohwa nhasi handiti John hakurova nhasi mongoti it's out of love tatakuita ka misunderstanding just a little bit mangwana warohwa futi but anondida murume wangu. Honestly, that's not love.
hanzi kusimbisa rudo kurohwa.
No.
Ndakambonzwa kudaro.
No, hakuna zvakadaro. Munhu anokuda nelove would never want to hurt.
I once get that, like when I was back home, mama chidzana vanenge nava kuti kusimbisa rudo kurohwa anenge achikuda kana munhu achikurova anokuda.
I don't, to be honest, I personally, I would advise anyone ari kurohwa on a daily basis. What I eat, maybe kana akakurova the first day. Pamwe hasha upane zvaitika nditi. And I won't even take it, but let's assume warohwa nhasi. Every day varamba chikukurova. Any argument ends up no. Any argument ends up in Shibakera. Remember, a small argument, we can sit down, we can discuss. Whatever the case, I know Alice, let's sit down. What have you done to me? So not to about just then it's not right. Remember, are you that strong to beat him up?
No, obviously.
Are you, so what is this? So if fighting?
No, kurohwa.
Kusimbisa rudo. Which side? On his side.
Yeah.
Side kwako you wapoa ziso chivanga. Kana watu waviswa mazino ese front ese. And then chiri kusimbisa love.
Wakuchenge makaradi.
You understand what I mean? So my advice, if you are still going through a toxic relationship of being beaten up each and every day, think about yourself, man. Love yourself. Kana pane vana, respect your kids.
Wow.
Pack your bags, you start from somewhere. Everyone must start from somewhere. Apana chinombo chikisa pakunzi, I'm looking for a job. Easy. So you do anything to survive as long as it's not out of the norm. But look for a job. Go to work and raise your kids. But I'm just saying, have money to survive.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of money, but I'm surviving.
With your kids.
You understand what I mean? I'm not looking for millions, but what I have, I'm happy and I'm fine. So my advice to those that
you're appreciating your life.
I appreciate what it is. Yes, I appreciate what it is, and I'm thinking also kutiveve varimo mu relationship, but arikusha kuti say, guys, there's nothing so stressful, depressing as kuti urowe in front of your kids or your child. That's so bad, and mwana wako could even be affected kuchikoro. Because I will raise mwana in an environment which is not right. You know what I mean?
You know what you're saying is so so helpful because last week we had a pastor here was talking about like the roots, like he's gonna come back with a topic like that. So I understand like you're scared of mwana when you are when you muchirowa. Mangwana I anotokura to the man and say and that's just a bagheera. Yes.
Because in any kumba. Remember, if you look at it, those kids that bully a lot, they are coming from toxic environment. Every 2 minutes, mom is never happy, and the way they speak to mom is also not right. So my advice to, if you are in a relationship and you're not happy, because remember, not being happy is different from being beaten up every time.
Yeah.
Not being happy, you're not gonna win material, let's be honest. It's well advised that if you are married, pray for your marriage, your family. But I cannot advise you to pray because in that process, was so dear. Move for the sake of your child. Ari emotional or weak. Because my mom is always crying, the child doesn't understand what is say. So I would advise Kuti. You need to find yourself, man. If Murume can over every day, what more can you do? I mean, clearly, what daily, you are not happy. I don't like it's got one or chema every day. You understand what I mean? He's happy to see you cry. He's not in the. Remember, tomorrow, and then you are accepting Gurowa. You are That's fine. What about continuously? No, you need to move out. There is no excuse. That is not the case. Wow. Remember, you have, I know you've got kids here. Think about it. And then how would you feel?
She's just silly, right?
Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So you'd rather remove yourself from a toxic
because I don't want to raise a beast. I want to raise a man.
A man. I know respect. No matter what, if there's any issues, we need to sit down. We need to discuss.
You know, I'm so happy. You know what is making me more happy is like we covered the topic of self-love. And you're coming back saying, oh, this goes back to self-love, whatever we do in life. It's like, it makes me feel so amazed. Like, there's a lot what self-love can do in our lives.
Self-love, Alice, if you don't love yourself, why do you think the next person must love you? You respect you, or you don't love yourself. You are not helping. But baby, I don't like him. But look at what's happening out there. Women are going to work every day. That same man is so happy to date.
Wow.
Do you understand what I mean? So if a man says to you they don't want you to work, it's a form of abuse, clearly, guys. Why wouldn't you want me to work? Why must
because
I
mean, like they are the men they provide, so maybe he's earning enough to provide for me and the kids, so he doesn't want me to work.
But you see, why would you want someone to fully provide for you? Remember, you went to school for what?
I like under the ends, I'm sort of remember.
Yes, I'm sort of remember, but why must I not work? I also need to keep myself busy. Even I'm not saying look for basa, just see if you're not a basa. Do a small business. You can work from home. Can I ask I don't you can also work from home. What I'm saying is could never not and told you could anything that brings an income.
Yeah, because you know, I don't like really blame them. I'm going to challenge
that is a mindset you should challenge because you're making money. Then you know what I mean. But I don't think would affect anything in a relationship. Personally. That's how I feel. You need to keep your mind busy. You need to work. You need to wake up every day and go to work.
Maybe I think those men because feel like the same thing.
But you cannot bring your past experience into our present situation. We cannot do that. Because remember, so nowadays everyone must. You need to keep yourself busy.
Wow.
You need to keep yourself busy. Remember, you keep yourself young also. Just wake up in the morning, go to work, or wake up in the morning, go on your laptop, do something. You don't. I'm not saying go and look for a job. I can be your secretary. I can be your PA.
Yeah, you can do something.
I can go to work with you every day. Can I his own company? We're not going to say we can do business together. Why do you want to make me housewife fully? Housewife.
Because I'm the leader. Maybe they'll be like, I'm the leader, I'm the head.
So what am I doing at all?
You raise kids.
The whole 8 hours in the morning till what time?
Yeah.
Kids are at school.
You've even spent a day off for money.
But remember, we're not clean.
You clean.
So every day.
Yeah, so we're going to cover.
So we're gonna do this every day. And then tomorrow we repeat the same thing. Every day we repeat. Then tomorrow this guy, the same man, tells you tomorrow, no, I've tried. He doesn't want you anymore. You must move out. And remember, when we move out, you are going with nothing because you didn't buy anything. And this is after 10 years.
Wow.
I've stayed with you for 10 years. I'm walking out empty-handed. That's not fair. And I feel like they never compared us to men. The same school my brother went is the same school I went. There's no school for us.
There's no school for us.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that we also go to the same schools, then clearly everyone must go to work. Everyone must also bring in. Don't be offended. Even if a woman earns more money than murume wake, that doesn't mean relationship with shaker. It now depends how isusu tinokuwirirana here mbameni. Otherwise, hapana chinomboshamisa kuti ndazotambira mari yakawanda iwe une mari shoma. What is dangerous is to maintain a housewife these days, fully housewife, without doing anything. Tomorrow it could be a problem. But if you are happy being a housewife, it's fine. You understand what I mean? But mangwana zvinogona kuzokunetsa, especially kana usingatogoni kushanda. Be a housewife or something.
Akuita something.
Don't have to dress up makusena kuti unokwira bhazi unodriver motikari yako kuenda kubasa. Could be work from home. Wake up, clean your house, then you work.
You'll find either way of working.
You know what I mean? Do an online course just to keep your mind busy. Anything happens tomorrow, you are ready.
Alright. So my online course I didn't get my preparation in future.
Not that, to keep yourself busy.
Okay.
To keep yourself busy, not to preparation for future. It means I'm in the marriage, but I'm ready to run.
No, I don't mean it like that. Like if anything happens, you've got a backup.
Of course, but who doesn't? But even the main point is, with your brothers, all of you went to school. For what? What was the point? Why would people say went to school if you really want to go to school and waste all of that? Stay in the house 24/7. What do you mean?
Kuti panenda kuchikoro kadonzi munhu wese azofunge azokwanisa kuzoenda kubasa kana kuzvishandira kana kuzviitirawo zvinhu zvake.
So and then you get married of ones and all of that. You pick all of your information. Here we don't do that. You are my housewife.
Here we do wife, we don't work.
We don't work. That's fine. If you like it, that's fine. But me personally, I wouldn't suggest kuti munhu muka uzigare zvako kumba. Anything can happen. Remember, we're not talking about murumana or kuramba. Murumana or shkoka gumbo mangwana vans kubasa chaita. Mommy has never worked in life.
Wow, I think that's very.
So we are
that's
not
a
only
difficult.
talking about murumas on that is one that was saying. No. Remember, we don't want to say Varume was right. Vakadzi, sometimes we're also not right.
Serious?
Yes. At times, we are not married because of. We remember men, they like mukadzi akanyorovara, are soft. Some of us, we're not soft to stay with someone. Muruma asikuda kuungane munhu akuti we are on the same level. Some of us, we don't have that. You see, everyone wants to be there. I cannot marry that. So it's not everyone who's out there, because whenever warume, they're so nice. You always get that good guy out there. They should be.
Wow.
But at times, we are not likable men.
All the good guys in the comment section, please just send some love. Send some love.
They are good guys out there.
Good
no,
guys.
there is good. They are. There is. You realize even utore single mom, he's prepared to make
take you in.
You understand what I mean? Auto can't my future in the past. Or you don't want to know another divorcee, another guy who's also going through the same thing. Moto data, and then you can date nicely.
Munyarads.
Yeah, could be. I hope you're not getting Munyarads in the future, but it's not always good. They are bad out there. You will find good guys.
Miss Lee, I really appreciate you so much. I appreciate whatever you said, and I'm so grateful you were willing to come and share your story as a single mom. And the other single moms in the comment section who are watching us right now, they're like, you make them feel better, like they're not alone. You make them feel better, like it's not a crime to be a single mom. It's not an offense to be a single mom, because I'm a single mom, the treatment. Anga chingozvikwadzira moyo ega achingoshurwa nevanhu achingotaurwa mawords akasiyana-siyana, but seeing you coming on this live, sitting in front of these cameras, being able to express your feelings, it really means a lot. I hope there is a lady out there who just felt better, who was served with these words, who just took these words and out of your own mouth, wow, I'm not alone. Because as ladies, when you're in a situation, you think that you are alone. Even as humans, situation. So you coming means a lot. And I just wish you the best, to be that bestie mom, to keep on searching for yourself. And accomplishing your goals each and every day, like working on yourself. As you said, you're working on yourself, you're finding yourself in the process. Whatever you're doing, I'm like, may God just bless you more and more in it. So thank you for coming on this show. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Alice. May God bless all of us. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. And my last words, if anyone is going through any toxic relationship, guys, uchine maziso, uchine makumbo, uchine mahonko.
Guys,
Take care of
I'm
yourself.
sorry for laughing. I just love this one. Like, uchine maziso, major ngodzokoro dza maziso. People zisora wakarohwa rakavarwadza. So she just say, uchine maziso, hanzi bvisa bhutsu umanye.
Run with your life. Run as much as you can. And find yourself. God is for all of us.
Wow.
Let me be honest. God is for all of us. You might not have 1 million tomorrow, but you will have a little amount of money. You can eat and sleep and be happy.
It's enough.
Apana roa.
Apana roa.
Just,
But so guys,
God
like,
bless us all, eh?
thank you. Thank you
guys.
so much, my J. Oh, thank you guys for watching this episode on Speak It Out of a single mom or single ladies out there. Guys, you're not alone in this. There's other ladies who are in the same situation with you. Just send some love. Just be nice to each other when we see each other in the streets, at work, wherever we are. If we meet another lady, even she's single, let's just respect her, because you don't know why she is single and you don't know why she end up being single. So let's just show some love and be nice to each other. Guys, see you on the next episode on Speak It Out. A special thank you to our producers at Nash Empire and Kuda. Thank you so much, guys. You make this possible. You make this project so easy for us. We appreciate you so much. Daily Desk, thank you so much. It's bye for now.